class 5D. We are showing off our friend's work. This is Sabrina's good effort, and everybody gave her a thumbs up. Yay! Okay. All right, who's next? Tiffany. Okay. Let me small like Tiffany. There you go. Okay. Rebecca, are you in already? Okay. About 30. Who is this? Can you please use a better name, please? Today I'll let you be, but please maybe. Is the name for me or for yourself? Okay, good. Let me close this pop-up. And we are looking for Tiffany, right? Tiffany, hi, where are you? Tiffany, let's put this up. Allow for children to amuse her. Now. Okay. Yeah. Okay, is it better now? Yeah, thank you. All right, never mind, it's okay. Because he just joined us, that's why his screen was the latest one. Okay? Okay, so. Okay, are you going to see Tiffany's work? A lot of effort, right? Let's give a thumbs up for her as well. Pause. Right. Good work. Okay, now, let me unclean her. Anybody else want to show off your work as well? Okay, Jay Hong, come, let's take a look at yours. Yes? You haven't done what? Yeah, okay. Just come. Jay Hong here. Okay, let's keep Jay Hong. Okay, meanwhile, come here, Hong, lift up your book. Nice. Can you see his highlighting and all his work? Your screen cannot see? I thought I added it in already. Cool. Spotlight for everyone. Let's try this. Can see? Yes. The screen house work. Really nice, right? Yeah. Let's give him the thumbs up for effort too. Okay, very good. Good job. Okay, thank you. Okay, am I spotlight for everyone? Test. I'm here. Spotlight for everyone. Okay, so there's another piece of work triangle. Where was it? Raul passed to me just now. Where did he go? Did he fly to the ground? There's a triangle somewhat here. We throw into my card. Now, for this triangle worksheet, I'm not collecting today. And anybody still owing me worksheets for volume? We need to pay worksheets later. Okay? Now, right, for this triangle worksheet, I won't be talking about this today. I'll do it on Thursday supplementary class. Okay? On Thursday and Friday, we are going to do a bit of revision and get ready for our next week review test. Okay, so these few days, we are going to focus on completing ratios. Okay? Ratios is one of the chapters that will be tested on. Okay, Akil, are you okay? Sorry. Stand up if you're feeling sleepy, please. You can try to answer some questions, but don't put your head down. Okay, if you're ready, I'm going to give us a moment's break before we start off with continuing equivalent fractions. So I'm going to share my screen. While I share this screen, you can have your meal break. Now, so previously we have already done fractions quite a bit of it, and we talk about ratios. Yep. Sorry. Yes. So previously we have been talking about ratios for a lot already. We talked about well, the ratio for my healthy plate is still useful, right? No matter whether you are kid or an adult, big adult, right? And we talk about how to write and express ratio, and we talk about how equivalent ratios for a little bit. Today we'll focus on completing the portion on equivalent ratios, and the next skill on finding a quantity given another quantity and the ratio. Okay? Okay. So this big term, find a quantity given another quantity and the ratio. To help you better understand that, there's this funny video that I want to share with you. Okay, but this funny video, I'm sorry, this is for primary one. But this funny video, okay, there's only up to a portion of it that's useful for us. Another portion is fractions. You'll see why later. Okay. Pause the video at a certain part. Okay, this one. If you're ready, you can munch or you enjoy this funny video.
We speak student.
Equivalent ratios and proportions, a la Shmup. Well, Bobo is having two of his chimp friends over for a nice casual banana dinner. He's already set the table and placed a gourmet meal of
We speak student.
equivalent ratios and proportions, a la Shmup. Well, Bobo is having two of his chimp friends over for a nice casual banana dinner. He's already set the table and placed a gourmet meal of 5 bananas per chimp on each plate. You know, bananas have appeal. Suddenly, the door opens and 22 chimps come flooding in. Bobo's buddy Bam Bam, say that 3 times fast, says, "Hey, sorry, brought a few of the guys from the office. Hope you don't mind." Okay, so now Bobo has to serve bananas to all these other chimps. Hopefully there are enough in his pantry. Using the same ratio of banana to chimp that Bobo was initially, how many bananas will he need now?
So originally Bobo got his friend from around. And then he said his table right, and this is letting Bobo to other friends, right? So in our case, maybe Bobo, Luke and Aldi. And then come to my house. And I said, okay, let's have banana. I set the table, 3 plates, and then there are 5 bananas on each plate. And then suddenly the door opened. Then we are here, all bananas, all 22 people come in. Now, how many bananas do you think you will need now? How to find? Going to times 5? 5 and 2? Let's take a look.
Well, this is a perfect example of equivalent ratios. We know exactly how many bananas. He's already set the table and placed a gourmet meal of 5 bananas per chimp on each. He's already set the table and placed a gourmet meal of 5 bananas per chimp on each plate. You know, bananas have appeal. Suddenly, the door opens and 22 chimps come flooding in. Bobo's buddy Bam Bam, say that 3 times fast, says, "Hey, sorry, brought a few of the guys from the office. Hope you don't mind." Okay, so now Bobo has to serve bananas to all these other chimps. Hopefully there are enough in his pantry. Using the same ratio of banana to chimp that Bobo was using initially, how many bananas will he need now? Well, this is a perfect example of equivalent ratios. We know exactly how many bananas will feed 3 chimps. Now we just need to figure out how many are needed to feed 23. And don't forget Bobo. These hungry monkeys, right? Okay, so chimps aren't monkeys. You got us. Hope you're proud of yourself. Yeah. All right, well, the ratio of bananas to chimps is 15 to 3. Since Bobo put out 15 bananas to feed 3 chimps, got it? It simplifies to 5 to 1, meaning 1 chimp eats 5 bananas. Now that there are 23 chimps, we can show the equivalent ratios like this.
Yes. Thank you, Samantha. So let's take a quick check on this. Were we able to solve this quickly? Who's done on this page? Page 153, all of us? How is it? And this one we did it during class, right? The one we did it with the STEM activity, right? Okay, then let's go to the actual work now. Let's have it to help you out. Yeah. Sorry. Come here and help give out the sheet. Get yourself away from the sheet. Come, give out the sheet. Yeah. Your friend. Come. Right. Okay, so if you're good, we are start with the worksheet now. And hopefully this is as easy as the ones we have done last week. Oh, Anna is not here. Are you okay? Everybody? Okay? Write your name already? Okay, here's the example. Before we go into the example, let's read the question. It says here, write the ratio based on the diagram. So as you see in the picture. Then circle to make groups, make equal groups. Then write the equivalent ratio in its simplest form. So a few things to do. First, write the actual quantity. So the ratio of the actual quantity is here. Then make equal groups. So this is step 1, step 2. Then find the simplest form, that is step 3. The example describes the picture. My hand is already writing. You should be doing that too. Clear your table now, children, of the food. Sort your table out properly. Push the laptop a little higher so that you have space for writing. Sorry? Do you want the computer or you want to come and sit in front of me with me? Or you can see what's on the screen. Can you see what's on the screen? Sit up straight now. You didn't get the worksheet? Can everybody check, please? Subhati is missing her worksheet. Maybe yours is put together. Probably stapled to another worksheet.
Oh my God.
But if it's not there, can you maybe write it down on a paper first? Then let's discover where it is. Yep. Okay. Okay. Maybe it's stapled to a calendar. Excuse me? What did I say? You choose to be distracted by your friends doing the wrong actions or stay focused to the task. By now, your class is very clear. We want to do things that help us to learn and do better. If your friends want to do things that distract you, you have the choice to ignore or correct him. I must remind you as well, all of your actions is recorded. I have enabled most functions on Zoom such that I can record your camera facing you. If I find that you are not adequate in using the Chromebook, I will remove you. As you can see, this is already on the big screen here. You don't really need the Chromebook. But many of you have said already, sometimes it's hard to see because the screen is in front. You like that personalized feeling that your device is in front of you. And every time I can print screen or share your work directly, or the other side, you can speak through the computer instead of having to stand up. So these are the reasons why we like the Zoom. So let's use it to help us and focusing to help us. If anybody is not ready for it, we'll either ignore that person, help the person to get into focus, or remove that person if it's causing us to be distracted. Right now, are we already on focus? Hold everybody. Then let's focus on this activity here, this question. Now, most of us are already quite cool with understanding the whole thing about ratio. So the first thing we need to do is write down the actual number of the triangles, ratio to the squares. And we also know that Miss Lim's expectation is that you have the good habit of writing down little clues and hints to help you. Now, this is a good habit because as you move on to word problems at the back, you see many of these words. And then thereafter, towards the back, you see quantities that need you to put ratios. See, it's such a big wordy problem for a ratio word problem. This kind of question is also going to come out in your test next week. So you must really stay focused and feel that we can get to this stage. Okay, be confident we can do it. Now, to be able to help us feel confident in such questions, okay, so for help us always be able to solve such questions, we will remind ourselves to have some good habits. Okay, right, starting with this one here. Okay, are we good? Most of us pretty quite quick, right? Then this one is the star, the simplest form, 3 to 2. Any issues? What is the step that we are missing out here? There's one step that I missed out. Make equal groups, very good. So you're supposed to circle the equal groups. I'm going to do it cancel just in case I make mistakes. 3 to 2, right? So I make equal groups like this. Now, if you were to realize, the equal grouping is for both the triangles and squares. I don't group the triangles in threes and then group the squares in twos differently. Meaning, when I get 6 to 4 become 3 to 2, I'm grouping them equally. Both sides of the ratio. You understand? Is that okay? Yeah. So I'm doing grouping by 2. So I divide 2 for both the triangles and 4 and the square. Okay? Yeah. Moving on to the next one.
Hey, got you, Jason.
Anytime you need, I see some hands raised. Is there a question? Anybody need help? Okay, no. Okay. If you need anything, okay. Now, so this one, supposed to the number of triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is 2. So circle is 2 triangle. Triangle is 9. Is this okay? So I have 12 is to 9. How can I simplify this? Divide by 3. Divide by 3. So I have 4 is to 3. Is this okay? So remember, I write there circles to triangles. Circles to triangles. Okay, double check. Is it groups of 3? So you see, if I do it's wrong already. Understand? Right? So I must make sure the grouping is the same. Grouping by 3s. For both the circles as well as for the triangles. You'll realize that if I group in 2s, meaning, if I write here on this side, if I do divide by 2 for this side, I can do divide by 2. But this side here, can I divide by 2? For 9? No, it doesn't work, right? You get 4.5 or 4.5. So this is not a good division. Can you understand? So previously we discussed this. It must be in common factors. Right? Okay, moving on. How? This one you try. Page 170, give you 2 minutes. Is it okay? Page 170. I want to see your highlight annotations as well. Okay? Is it okay? Three minutes. 3. Fraser, if you apologize for your behavior, I will allow you in. And set your table right, I will allow you in. Okay, for the rest of us, we are going to start this stream. Is it okay for you? Who find it easy? Can you give me a sign that it is easy? Okay. Anybody feeling that it's difficult? Maybe. Okay, okay. Okay, right there, it's fine. What is it? Oh, okay. Okay. Are we good? I think we can actually speed up a little bit more. So this one's already grouped for you. The question already asked for simplest form, and it's like nicely grouped for you. So here says ratio of the number of stars to crescents. So I'm writing stars to crescents. Then ratio of crescents to stars in simplest form. So I have blow, wind, blow. Blow what? Blow my bullshit. Okay. Crescents to stars. And the last one, number of stars to total number of shapes. Sorry? Is it okay? Okay, so I have stars to total. And at this stage, I can just go with the counting of the groups. So this one, let's ask Atisha. Stars to crescents. Sorry? 4:5. Crescents to stars? 5:4. And then stars to the total shapes? 4:9. Easy, difficult? Easy. Okay, good. Last one on simplest form, you have the water here and the ropes. So the first blank asks you to write down the actual measurement. Let's ask Dylan, do I need the milliliters here? Yes or no? Miss Lee always say, you need to write units or not? No. Why no need to write units? Previously, we talked about ratios showing relationship, right? So we don't need units. Okay, so what's the simplest form? 20. 20. Is 20 the simplest form? Oh, yeah, because we can have 20, but then you realize that I can still divide. Divide by 10. Right? So 20, 30 is not simplest form here. You simplify it once, you need to see whether you can simplify it further. Okay. Rob said C to D. Was this okay? Quite okay. Then I won't go through this one. Let's try the next one. Challenge. This one, let's do it as neatly as you can. That's the challenge. I want to see neat and tidy manner. How long do you think we need this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions. 5 minutes. Is that okay? Okay, ready? 5 minutes. 6 questions, 5 minutes. Do it as neat as you can. Let's go with feeling want to be neat. Okay? Page 171. Feeling confident so far? Yes, okay, good. So this one, I think that's what I'm going Let me show you what he's doing. This one, what he did, he really wrote the steps. Good for checking as well, because the question asked for simplest form. So he wrote here, I have to divide by 4, and I have to divide by 4. So he does the division very clearly written on both sides. And then with the arrow, some more. 4:1. Now, there's a big space here. So even if you're unsure and you want to do check, let's say even if you do divide by 2 first, it's okay. All right, then I can divide by 2. The closest, the best, I think the easiest times table that most of us can manage is the 2 times table. So I can go with 8:2. And 8:2, I ask myself again, can I divide by 2? Can I divide by 3? Can I divide by 4? And then slowly go to the last one, 4:1. And that's the final answer. Simplest form. Okay, now, if you're worried of mistakes, previously we talked about it as well. I could cut the space into 2 and then leave a space for corrections if needed. But I guess most of us are quite confident with this one. So it's quite all right. Okay, so I really like Luke's way of doing this. Good, very nice. And Dylan is working out the corrections on working out his workings on divisions workings here at the side. That's good as well. Okay? How is it going? Audi looks like finish. Okay, not already finished. Here the thing. Okay, good. Okay, all right. Okay, and Eyelash is writing out timetable. Good. Yeah. Very good. How do you do it? You hit and mistake. What's the technique? Can you what the actual is the include that's correct? Can you put the actual is the include correct? If it's 12 equals 32, can I divide by 2 again? 5. Let's cut it by 2. How is it going? That? Okay. Again, really have to tell you, don't rush yourself. Don't think that you can solve it in one step. Okay, there's sometimes no need to solve things in one step. You can always ask yourself, can I simplify this further? Can I simplify this further? Can I simplify this further? If it's 6 to 16, can I divide by 2? Can I? You ask yourself, can this become even simpler? Is this, can you find 45 on the timetable? Now you have no space to do for that. If you're unsure, remember, see, you can partition your work. Which timetable is this? No, this is not a good one. Okay, why is there a decimal place? You don't really need that. You don't really need that. Okay? It's either it's like fractions. Like we have simplest form in fraction, you don't have decimal form. Either decimal fraction. So ratio is okay. Okay? How's it going?
Mr. B.
So if you cannot divide by 2, you think next one. We are looking for simplest form without decimals, okay? With no decimals. Can I divide 81 by 2? Cannot, right? What number? Divide by 2 only works for even numbers. The moment you realize that it's not an even number, I cannot divide by 2. Can I divide by 3? Or some of your friends are very quick. They look at which timetable is it closest from. Some of your friends say, from 24 and 89, I can think of the 9 times table. Right? They're quite quick in getting there already. If I look at 42 and 14, I can think of divide by 2 first. You got 2 are even numbers. Right? Aldi. Don't let yourself be distracted. How do you get 42 to become 3 to 1? How do you? Divide by? I don't see it. And that's why I said show your working. Your intermediate steps are important. So if your final answer is 4, at least you got your steps in between to help you. How is it going? Okay. Some of us got a little confused with the division. The main important thing we keep saying is Remember common factors. Inside your textbook, we also discuss about that. Okay, we are looking at here common factors in our textbook. Remember this? Are you seeing what I wanted to see? Yes, we were looking for the common factors to simplify or expand the ratio. In this chapter of ratios, we don't have decimals. The simplest form happens when you see it's still whole numbers. You divide by the common factor till it gets to the simplest form. But there are no decimals here. Okay? Alright. So the main challenge is getting the right timetable.
Oh.
Okay, we say we don't have to rush. We need to do step by step. B. So 7 and 21, the closest timetable will be 7. So with 21 divided by 7 is 3. 7 divided by 7 is 1. So 1 is to 3. Is this okay? Okay, moving on. Right, some of us are not very confident of this. So you probably go divide by 2 first. Okay, which is fine. So you'll get to 12 is to 32. Then I can divide by 2 again. So 6 is to 16. Right? Remember to put the dot, the colons, okay, the dot clearly. Then I can divide by 2 again. Divide by 2 again. And then I get 3 is to 8. And then I think that's the simplest form already. Okay? All right? Or you can straight away, for those of us who are confident, you can divide by 8. Is this okay, everyone? And then for this one, for some of us, you can tell it's an odd number, so I cannot divide by 2. I go with divide by 3. So this is from the times table, is 9. And 45 divided by 3 will be 15, right? So you have 15 to 9. Then I can divide by 3 again to give me 5 is to 3. So okay to do step by step. But of course, some of us are confident. Your times table is very solid. You immediately just divide by 9. 27 divided by 9 is 3. 45 divided by 9 is 5. So that does the job too. Okay, so you're given a box space, use the space wisely. All right. Okay, moving on to the last two. Is this okay? Yes, you can. Is this okay? Shall I leave this for you to show me your answers? Okay, then I skip. Okay, moving on to the word problems here. Now, this page, let's target to finish this worksheet within this lesson. How? Possible. I think so. If we can do this by today, then we have less homework to do. Right. But of course, I always say it's good to have some homework so that you can keep the ideas fresh in your head. Okay, here says express the ratio in its simplest form. It's just a 1-2 sentence problem. 2-sentence problem. So this kind of question is just 2 marks. When you see such question, you must tell yourself, I must score the full marks for this question. Is this okay, everybody? Okay, I like what some of you are doing already. I can see you're already annotating it. In a sports club, there are 28 swimmers and 12 runners. What is the ratio of the number of runners to the number of swimmers? Okay, it's written clearly, quite clear here. See, I use my highlighter to show you, okay? This is swimmer. This is runner. That's the number for it. But you see the ratio? You see, sometimes questions try to be funny, trick you. They ask you in the opposite way. So like I said, the best and most important thing is When there's a question, you do that annotation. Runner to swimmer. This is what you wanted. Runner to swimmer. So I clearly remind myself, runner to swimmer. So runner is 12, swimmer is 28. Okay, are we done already? Very good. I hear Sabrina clearly, loud and clear, even though she never unmute herself here. But I can still hear her from here. Very good. I like you speaking up. Very good. Sabrina, you should do that more often, okay? All right, so simplest form, that's a very important thing. So in my race step, my last step includes simplest form. May not, and this time I must remind myself, no need units. Units not needed for this ratio. Okay, but in some case we will need units. Very soon you'll see that happening. Okay, simplest form. Divide by, what do you suggest? Divide by 4. Okay, I hear someone say divide by 4. Okay, divide by 4. All right, and we all very fast. You say 3:7. Are we done already? Okay, are you sure? Okay, I write here. The answers in simplest form 3:7. I double check. Is this runner to swimmer? Yes. Okay. Happy? Happy. 2 minutes, finish one question. Happy? Very happy. Move on. In a school canteen, there are 12 teachers and 42 pupils. The ratio of the number of teachers to pupils. Teachers to pupils. Teachers to pupils. Teachers to pupils. Teachers, teachers, teachers. Pupils, pupils, pupils. 12 is to 42. You go so far? Okay. Now, what is the divide by? 2, 3, 6, 7, 1, 2. Who can divide by 2? Okay, you can divide by 2. Okay, who can divide by 6? Okay, why 2, 6? Never finish. Never mind, we are recording. So they can always go back and repeat missing. So you don't have to divide again. What? 2:7. 2:7. Actually, it's okay. I like that you say it out, okay? You see that fractions is closely related to ratio. So you can say 2/7 half out to be, that's actually very good. Which actually just now you see the chimpanzee one, right? The chimpanzee, the guy in the video was actually going to use fraction to solve. A bit more complicated. It's in secondary school. Set 2, if I'm not wrong. When you use, you see this topic again. Okay, but they use fraction to solve. Okay, that's why I paused the video here. Is it okay? So our friend suggested divide by 6. A reminder again, yes, if you are like feeling that this thing cannot do us. Again, I'm recording. You go back, you can repeat any class missing, you can rewind, play on slow speed or high speed. And most importantly, rewind color and know how to look at it. Because the other ones are not here. Is it okay? Okay, so 12 divided by 6 is 2. And this is 7. Is this the final answer? Happy, I write here, the answer is 2:7. Don't forget to put the dot, okay? That's very important. If I really write what actually say 2/7 as in fraction, do you think the teacher will not be correct? No, okay? Because it's asking for ratio. So you gotta be clear about that. Okay, last one here. Wow, this one's a bit tricky. Let's see, Jojo. Just now we have Bobo, Jojo, Momo. Joe is 12 years old and Mary is 16 years old now. What will be, there's 3 sentences. Here says, what will be the ratio of Jojo to Mary's age in 6 years' time? Express the ratio in its simplest form. Okay, this question not so simple. We start with now. Now, Jojo to Mary. Jojo to Mary. Jojo is 12 years old. Mary is 16 years old. Do I do simplest form here? No, I don't. Why? Because they want 6 years time. So I'll do in 6 years time. In 6 years later. 6 years later. I must plus 6 for Jojo. And I must plus 6 for Mary. 6 years later, Jojo is 18 years old and Mary is 22. 6 plus 6 is 22, right? 16 plus 16. Is this okay? In 6 years' time, Jojo is 18 years old and Mary is 12 years old. Ooh, 22, I mean. 22. Maybe 12 is Mary's sister. Called, what name should I be? Lamb? Mary has a little lamb? Okay. Mary? Maybe called Samantha?
Divided by 2.
Samantha is going to turn 12 soon? In another year's time?
So divide by 2.
11 years. Okay.
Bababoon.
Okay, so how do we say? Are we done here? Finished?
Yes. No. Divided by 2. Then divide by 3. Yes. Yes.
Okay, good. We are on good speed. We have a few minutes before we finish. Okay, thank you so far. Am I done? And go back and rewind me. Okay, those who are done, let's go ahead with page 173. You got to count the little squares, the shaded squares versus the squares that are not shaded. Okay, and then there's the last one, got 4 different ratio sentences involving 2 quantities. This is fun. I think we are in good speed. Hopefully by Thursday we could finish most of ratio. Thursday we might want to. We are going to aim on 3 quantities. Quite a bit. Okay. Okay. Let's do it for now. How? Ratio.
Yes.
Ratio
Me. Me. Nobody.
You also say
I guess. Which is much more easier. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Solve problems, it won't be so bad.
Yeah.
Okay, are you done reading the question?
Yes.
Simply shade some squares in an 8 unit by 8 unit square grid as shown below. What's the ratio of the number of shaded parts to the total number of parts? So I have to total. So I have a total of 8 units by 8 units. Okay, I can count one by one, not an issue. But there's a shortcut to it. Yes. Very good. So the total is 8 times 8. Very good. Hey, right. Why 8 times 8? Huh? Length times breadth. Very good. Okay. All right. So then the shader is how many? 12. Okay. So I have this. Is it done? Is it done? No, I need the simplest form. Okay. Simplify this to 12 is to 64. And then I have to simplify it to divide by 4, 2. Okay, divide by 2 first. If I divide by 2, what will it be? 6 is to 32. Then, sorry, 32. Then can I divide it further? Divide by 2 again. What do I get? 3:16. Is it? Is it okay? Okay, it's 3:16 simplest form already. Okay, 3:16. Okay, anybody divide by 4? Okay, that's cool too. So 3:16, that's the simplest form. Okay, here's the difficult one. She shakes 8 more squares. Now, the next question, she says 8 more squares. Can I walk through the ratio? Which one should I use? This one or this one? 12 to 64? 12 to 64, right? So it's very important. Remember, this question is similar to the age question already. Right? So I cannot work with the simplest form. I must go with 12:64. That is the shaded and the total. Okay, it was 12. But take a look at this question again. What is the ratio that we wanted? Shaded part to unshaded. So this one is not what we want already, right? Okay. So shade more squares. How many shaded squares is it now? Okay. Am I going too fast? Okay. Okay, right? So I have shaded is 12 plus 8, right? Is 2. How many is the unshaded then? 64 minus 20, right? Because shaded is now 20. So what is 64 minus 20? 44. Very good. I hear someone say 44. So 20 to 44. Still not finished. What do we need? Simplest form. Then the last part, shaded to total. Is it 20 to 64? Can you understand? Easy or difficult? Can manage, right? Can. Can? Am I going too fast for you? Okay. Then in this case, we only have the last page as homework. Alright, but the last page is also slightly difficult. If you're unsure, you can use a pencil first. Is it okay? Okay, everybody? Okay, so remember our goal. You really want to finish most of ratios. Okay, because next week is your test as well. So next Monday I want to focus on revision. Revision for area of triangles, volume, and as well as for ratios. Okay, remember to simply get to the simplest form for this. Okay? And everybody, okay, it's good. The last page is on the different types of vehicles, right? Bicycles, motorcycles, or cars. And then there's an example here. Okay, I'll let you try this on your own, okay? Then we get us to share ideas. Is it okay? Okay, then I will say thank you and goodbye, and sign out ready for everyone. We end here, and we get ready for our next lesson. Bye-bye.